Oh, you have no idea how many kidneys I exploded today. Sorry for late. Sorry.
And now
It's rude
everyone
because
knows.
it's rude because people need them.
Yeah, we kind of do, though. You'd be surprised how much a kidney is important for. Hi, people! Welcome to Wrath of the Godkings.
Boy.
We're,
I'm medical
we're a little
doctor.
late to the show,
We're a bunch of us
but
nerdy-ass
hey.
voice actors sit around.
It's a bragger. Well, bit of a short session today. People got things to do, places to be. So, luckily, this is travel time. So y'all are just kind of schmooving about. So when we last left, this ragtag bunch of assholes, for the most part, you guys were leaving the city of Deadstone so that you might return an ancient artifact that you acquired in days prior to the capital city of the Kingdom of Necroz, Vetitum. Vetiti, yeah. So that the God King presiding there can decide what to do with it, because that's sort of his thing. As leader of this place. So making your way out, not but like 2 days into your travel, and you already had a rude reminder that Necroz kind of fucking sucks, and that it's pretty shit here when undead are like the prominent like populace.
Welcome to Necroz.
So, welcome to Necroz. So, in your night, you were ambushed by a couple of grossos and a really nasty mist that like to suck people dry. And upon defeating it, you rested, got to know your pals that you were traveling with a little better, imparted some important life lessons onto a soldier who witnessed 2 of his friends die, and went to sleep like nothing happened. Waking up and continuing on your journey through the Emon Plains of Necroz. So, you guys now sort of scooting along. If there is anything you wish to cover, feel free to do so. This is the next 2 days of travel, as I'm going to go ahead and scooch y'all along your way before you reach your halfway point in this journey.
Hugin would like to, Alright, I'm done.
Fair enough. Yeah. Would anyone else like to?
Fucking Necroz.
Yeah, you get a lot of that throughout the whole thing. Except the doctor. Doctor's happy. Ray just kind of like hearing this is like, believe me, I've been doing it for years. Nothing really changes. It feels better, but only for a little bit. As you guys go through this day, and then
I would like to find a time to talk to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
By all means, yeah. No.
And just kind of approach and be like, would you care to speak with me in private for a moment?
I certainly can.
He'll kind of trail back behind the group for a second, wait so that we're mostly out of earshot before he's like, I figured that maybe you had a problem with what I brought up to you the other day. Perhaps being surrounded by people and having it said that you're some kind of undead is not the best situation to be in.
Congratulations, you're starting to use a noggin.
Well, I want you to know that as long as you're in this troop, traveling with us, I consider you to be under my care, and then if anything bad happens to you, that is my responsibility. I don't care what you are, don't care where you come from. You have nothing to worry about.
I appreciate it. Just, I know where you come from might not be, a faux pas, But time and place really matters.
Sure. Understandable. You
Especially
didn't.
when those people here want to eradicate the undead. Me included, actually.
Well, more often than not, individuals who see you fighting for a common cause are willing to look past whatever disgusts they may hold with you. But I understand you wanting to take caution. Survival is important.
But doing it this long, the fact that you just kind of yelled it out loud isn't exactly the way most people want that information to be brought up, you know?
I never said I was the most sensitive individual, and I will never
Oh
claim
no, I
to
can
be.
tell that. You don't need to say anything. We all know.
Good.
It's very obvious.
Regardless, that's all I wanted you to know, is that I don't care. And if anyone threatens your life while you are within this squad, you have my sword.
Right. Well, I appreciate it. So, just try not to, spread that little knowledge bit. I'd be appreciative.
You have my word.
Great. Kind of pats him on the shoulder before going back up and meeting up with everybody again.
And he'll come up.
All right. Anyone else have anything?
I feel
Or
like
we
I
take a
should
chance?
talk to Weaver.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
What do you want? Okay. Fucking Necroz, fucking people.
Thank you for that.
Are you still
picture.
feeling that shitty?
Oh, it's just this place is terrible.
Well, yeah, that's. I
Hmm.
assume that's why it's called Necroz.
Yes. Well, someone must have named it.
Yeah, someone who had really good insight on the.
Whoever did must have died to one of these things. And so be it. Idiot. Yeah, let's play Necroz.
I think Mike is still alive. Sorry, that's the worst.
Hey, roll me a con save.
Alright.
Yeah.
6.
All right.
God energy! God damage!
Here, I'll help.
I'll hold on to that for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm dead. That's an
Okay,
that's
cool.
an 80 on my probability die. I'm dead.
All right. Cool. Anyway, I'll hold on to that for later. Continue.
Oh, that other one's a 90.
I'm gonna grab one of the other of the 3 bottles of wine. So I feel like we've gone through 2 of them at this point.
Already.
Yeah, you got
Listen,
the
I went through 1.5 by myself, and Weaver took the other half.
Yeah. So you're only like.
I'm just gonna offer
3
him
days
like the bottle and just be like, "You can have some."
All right, thank you. You know, I arranged for you to have those bottles.
So
Just, I didn't realize it'd be a. You can only have this much.
are you going to take it from me, small man?
I could, but can't be bothered.
You could, huh?
Yes.
Then do it. And I'm just gonna hold the bottle out like this.
What are you looking for? A contest of strength? Need
I just
to
want to see what you
try
can
to
do.
distract you, do something weird.
What would you do in this scenario, small man?
Well, the problem is, you already know that I'm coming. And while I'm talking, I'm going to try and swipe it from my hand.
All right, sure.
While I'm
Roll
coming,
a
I'm gonna try
sleight
and
of
swipe it
hand.
from her hand.
Stop. Yeah, roll
What am I
sleight of
rolling?
hand tested by your dex, I guess, as you're
Perception,
trying to.
maybe?
Yeah, sure, perception to see if you catch them trying to snag it from you.
18.
18.
That's a 9.
Now, so in the midst of this conversation, you start to see a flash of movement, but too little, too late, as Weaver now has the bottle. As you sort of
See,
Out
but
of
it's
your
all a
hand.
matter of just, keeping them a little distracted. Would you care for some wine? You can have some.
No. That bottle's yours.
Okay, thank you.
the druid's just looking over the situation, blushing. No.
I love this group so much.
A pretty wild group. Pretty wild.
Does
party.
anyone here have an intelligence score of +1 or greater?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a +5 in intelligence.
Oh, that's good.
Smart.
All right.
Yeah.
I am.
So
I
it's
have
just
a
me and
20
Weaver
in
that have the
intelligence.
negatives.
And I'm pretty sure my negative is lower than yours.
Yours
so
is a
it's even
negative
better.
2, isn't it? Yeah, mine's a -1.
Look, man,
Ooh, I love
perfectly
paladins.
balanced. Yeah.
Look, my dumb strat.
Look,
is
my backup
strength
character's a
with 10.
necromancer.
My dump stat was charisma.
Fair.
Nice.
That can't be mine.
Can't be me.
Literally can't.
Literally couldn't.
Could
be.
not be me.
I was going to say maybe in the downtime that we have on the travel, I would like to spend that time working on that dwarven journal that I have, just slowly getting more work done.
Sure. Yeah. I don't recall if we were doing checks for it. Believe
Happy
so.
to? You want?
Yeah, just roll me a general intelligence check. I'll do the same thing I usually do with skill-based learning. So give yourself three little points. I take it that as a 20.
It's a
Nat
nat 20.
20, down to an 18.
Hey, a natural 20 is a natural 20, so I'll let you have that. So mark that as one success out of, I'd say, 5. You need
Okay,
five
so
successes.
to complete it.
You need 5 successes to complete the journal and become semi-proficient in the dwarvish script. However, with how I do it, is any failed check removes from that,
Oh,
and you can go into the negatives, so it can get extremely hard.
wonderful. All right.
So
Negative
nat
8,
20's
fuck.
only one success then? Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's a success. It's purely 50-50.
That's
Okay.
fair.
From my
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot that's
So-
how you did it.
Did you want me to roll it
I
for
love it.
once or multiple times?
I'll say once per day is fine. So if you get multiple successes in a day, like you really start picking it up. But it's also a matter of like, oh shit, I'm way behind, and like, So anyway, for now, I might refine that rule later, but for now, that is how we will roll it. So
Yeah.
5 checks, you have 1 success. Anyway, anyone else have anything?
Ooh, have I cooked dinner yet with all the shit we bought? I don't think we did. I don't remember
Think
that.
so.
No, because we
The one,
killed a bunch of things.
yeah.
And then
yeah, the
went to
one
bed.
like camp night we focused on was interrupted by slaughter. So
Like 3 nights in, I'm gonna be like, "Ugh, I'm tired of bullshit food. Hang on. And I'm gonna start just making that stew that I had intended to make.
go for it. Yeah, use some of the resources. The druids will be more than happy to we can start a fire for you. Cast create bonfire, and you are easily enough able to cook soup. I don't have a cooking skill challenge for you. I imagine you're pretty used to it at this point. So
I'm proficient in cooking.
yeah, you are proficient in cooking. So unless you want to do a fun little roll to see how good you make your soup.
I mean, I could try.
Up to
If I
you,
fuck
up
it,
to
it's
you.
gonna be upsetting, but let's fucking do it. Maybe it's
Add your
just maybe it's
proficiency.
just bad.
I'd say it's oh, I forget how things. I could go get. The
And then I
rules
have
book
the
that I
cooking
have
utensils
before.
too.
Yeah. You have your utensils.
it's-
You get your proficiency.
Is this in the Dungeons Master's guide or
So
the
it's a
players?
+7 to wisdom.
Dana?
It's a +7 to wisdom. Yeah, sure. Make a wisdom check. Add your proficiency. So
I could tell you because I
I'm
can
gonna roll.
I have all of them.
if you want
It
to pull
told
up
me to go fuck
Xanathar's,
myself. Cool.
It's
that's
Xanathar's.
fair. I think it is Xanathar's. Xanathar's has because that's the one I have, and I know that's where it delves into like, hey, this is what you can do with all the fun tools that you get that no one ever uses in D&D, but you should because fun flavor, good stuff.
So 21.
21. All right.
Proficiencies.
I'll see what Jake finds, and that's a good roll though. So I think either way, you're gonna make a pretty damn good soup.
Alchemist supplies,
I guess
brewery supplies.
In the meantime,
Good soup.
While she's making cook, I want to train with the soldiers that we brought. I'll run them through some of the Seeker's
hard.
training. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, cook's utensils.
Sort of like about
there's three things. You roll a history for your knowledge of cooking techniques, a medicine. When administering treatment, you can transform medicine that is bitter into sour or pleasing concoction, and survival.
Nice.
And then
Survival,
rolling. What did she roll?
21.
Okay,
wisdom check.
that is a gourmet meal.
Yeah.
15 is a gourmet meal.
Oh, so it was
enough,
14
yeah.
plus 7. So yeah, 20.
So
no.
you made a gourmet meal.
You make a fine meal out of some of the stuff you brought. And mind you, you're coming from Deadstone, which is like the single best trading hub, if not really the only trading hub in Necroz. So you have access to good stuff. I imagine you were supplied with really good stuff. So you make what does Everest make? What is the kind of soup that you prepare?
So I'm thinking like a big chunky stew because she bought like onions and potatoes and stuff, and she's over there chopping them in the corner. Whatever meat we've gotten as we've kind of been going out, like whatever they've killed, she's kind of grabbed some and been like, that'll do. And
fair enough. Not a ton to hunt and kill here in Necroz, but you do have meat supplied as part of your traveling ration, so you make it work, and it turns out to be this amazing hearty stew that I'd say you're probably pretty well accustomed to growing up in the cold north of your homeland. So fucking motherland.
Correction on the tools thing. Those are the three skills that you can choose to roll from. And then each one can provide a different thing. So a history would be like knowledge of cooking technique. So that'd probably be the best for that. But then obviously survival. If you're foraging food, you can know how to transform them properly. So wisdom would be survival, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know proficiency, but even then, again, still an amazing meal.
Yeah.
Just like babushka made for you back in your early days. Because Bashan is Russia.
Good.
Anyway, so
just like babushka.
Settles down for a good hearty meal. The soldiers are just digging into it. You've made Ray extremely happy, and he's like, God, I don't know the last time I ate a meal that was this good. We're soldiers. We're used to eating just whatever is prepared for us by the chefs in the barracks, but this is...
They feed you garbage.
Pretty much, yeah. It's sustainable garbage, but it's still garbage.
It's meant to provide
you want good fighters, you have good food.
What they feed you is meant to provide you with the bare necessities of what you need to be a strong and capable soldier.
That's stupid.
It helps spare expenses, which in turn gets us better equipment. Keeps us alive.
Military.
Well, he's speaking the truth. But again, to the point. I appreciate it.
It only makes you appreciate meals like this more.
Yeah. Well, got at least one more day of travel before we reach. What the fuck did I name this place? Before
Vetitum?
we reach.
No, never mind. I'm
halfway point. Stationum Arbor. It was an outpost outside of the Barris Wood. Didn't fare too well in previous years. I think it fell sometime during the Necro War. Obviously, tolls don't do well for infrastructure, so there's not much there we might be able to salvage. We can probably maybe try to secure it if anyone else comes by this way, but as far as I'm aware, it's been left to just sort of decay.
Creating outposts in Necroz would probably benefit all of you. If we can secure it, if there's anything left to secure, it'd probably be a good idea.
I don't know what we're going to do with just 8 of us, but we can make a start for someone if Boris decrees it's worth time and effort.
I'll look over at Weaver. You're a quiet one, yes?
When I need to be, yes.
Well, if there's more enemies there than we believe we can handle as a crew right now, it might be a good idea for you to scope out what there is. The more information we provide to anyone who might want to take this outpost, the easier time they'll have of it.
Alright, yeah, we'll keep it in mind. Although, I wouldn't expect it to be much more than rubble. The infrastructure of this place is terrible. I don't know how much you've spent here in Necroz.
Necroz is
Not
full
great.
of surprises.
Mhm.
Mostly bad ones, but you know, occasionally you'll find something worthwhile.
I remember that the next time I see a blood-sucking tree.
The soldiers and druids. Oh, no, the druids would have been made aware. The soldiers kind of.
Oh, don't look so surprised, really? You not come across that here?
There aren't a lot of trees left. So,
Yeah,
Well,
fair
the
enough.
blood-sucking part makes sense. The fact that you saw a tree that was alive and doing the blood-sucking is, I think, more that caught us off guard.
Yeah,
We
the
fed it
technicality
well.
of it. Yeah. They said that feeding them the stew beforehand was such a great idea. That's a
Yeah.
joke. Sorry. I know.
The soldiers.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm
Have to
watching
admit, most
you.
people here in Necroz don't really get jokes at all.
No, I know that all too well.
they should. Their fucking kingdom is one.
That's a
I
good one.
respect that, but you're not wrong.
Take pride in your kingdom. My attempt at a poor joke.
Well, I liked your joke.
Well, I appreciate it, I guess.
When Hugin isn't looking, I'm gonna flick a whole ass potato at him. It's like one of like big chunks from the stew. Just
What's an ass potato?
Can I try and react? Just like snap it out of the air.
Sure. Everest make an attack. Huge would make a guys an attack as well to try to eat potato
Attack,
out
like
of there.
unarmed.
Yeah, just unarmed. 2 unarmed attacks. If she hits your
Let's eat
AC,
potato.
then it hits you. But if you roll higher than what she rolled, then you can catch it.
is it
Maybe.
strength then or?
There should be an
whatever you
unarmed
choose
strike in
to
your
do with
actions.
that. Yeah,
I
unarmed strike in
don't
your action.
think I have that.
You do.
Sure,
in
everyone
your
does, yeah.
actions,
So,
Oh, there it
it's
is.
unarmed strike melee.
Yeah.
attack.
It's at the
15.
bottom.
15 and...
That is a 22.
Mhm.
Just
Smacked with wet soup potato.
Wet soup potato.
just claws into it.
It's covered in dirt and
I
dust.
don't give a
but
shit. I eat worse food all the time.
Yeah.
You've seen what comes out of the dirt here, haven't you?
Did you not just hear them talking about the shit we eat all the time?
Did you not just hear
It's
me?
still probably better than what they eat on the regular.
Uh, fair enough.
Listen, I am immune to any kind of disease.
Mm.
Hmm.
To be fair, also anything I make would be better than what they eat. Like honestly,
Oh, yes,
even if
but,
it's shit.
you know, not covered in dirt would be better.
Mm.
Especially dirt that.
Now it just tastes like they've mixed her cooking in with what we normally eat.
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys
you
eat
really...
dirt.
Pretty much tastes like it.
Mm.
Each day I get further and further driven away from the military.
It's not so bad.
Oh, yeah, sounds swimmingly. Wonderful.
If I'm not out doing things as I am now, I at least have a home that I don't need to pay for.
Hmm.
And if I'm not necessarily on active duty for any given amount of time, they definitely feed us a little better. Keeps us invested. Give and take.
Yeah. Seeing a necessity as a luxury is not really something I'm interested in.
There are more
Small man
benefits.
is right.
Hey, listen. I brought you into my company. There are many benefits to having someone who knows how to cook on a crew. They give you what you need to survive on whatever mission you're going on. That doesn't mean you need to eat it.
Turn around and sell it.
Wouldn't go for much.
It'd be something.
Yeah, a few copper pieces maybe. You're better
That's
off
still
giving it to
something.
people who are starving. At least they'll get some use out of it.
Yeah, there's mortar for the next building they have to repair in Necroz.
Yeah.
It's alright. Again, poor joke, but I like this joke of a kingdom.
It's a kingdom.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say about it.
No worse than Podia from what I hear. Pretty shit living there as well. Yeah, we have, undead and whatnot, but at least we're not under the tyranny of the God King of Spies. So,
Emporia.
you pick your battles.
You say that, and yet
No,
there are
Podia, Pesco, sorry. Yeah, wrong kingdom. Two very similar.
You say that, and
names.
yet God King of Spies. You probably are under the tyranny, you just don't know it yet.
Ooh,
Oh.
that shivers down my spine.
Spooky.
Mm. Shrugs, goes back to eating.
Sounds like annoyance at best.
More than likely. Although I'm pretty sure every kingdom has its own spies anyway. That God King is just the best at doing it.
Hmm.
Right? That interesting bit of conversation and banter between a lot of you. You rest up for the night. With a full meal in your stomachs, you charge into the next day. I will ask y'all to roll on the encounter table.
Which is...
Which one of us wants to
Uh-huh.
roll?
It is a D10.
D10? So
Not
everybody?
8.
An 8. All right.
Oh,
Fair enough. As you set up and continue on through your day, nothing happens. As you push on, eventually the sun does start to set on this day. And you guys, oops, sorry, wrong tab. Find yourselves no more than a day's travel out from where you are. You can start to see where roads once were are and are fairly well trodden. And following them in the distance, you do see what appears to be ruins. Pillars, fallen towers, walls, defenses. As you enter this area, it appears to be just a normal outpost, or at least was when it was functioning. Several open, abandoned buildings. But you've reached your halfway point destination. It's like,
Right. Scouting it out.
There are many
Probably a
abandoned
good
buildings
idea.
here. I think it best that we investigate not all of them at the same time.
Smart idea. All right. Start from closest, go to the furthest.
Might as well. We'll
Mhm.
keep
Are
watch.
we all moving as one?
I think we send a couple inside and leave others outside to make sure no one sneaks up on us.
Hmm.
I'm no great at being quiet, so I'll stand outside.
Alright, time to be quiet.
I'm not the worst at doing this. I can go into, I think.
Yeah,
I
come on
suppose.
then.
Then I will stay outside.
do you want to take either of us with you? Maybe a druid in case?
One druid, one soldier, go in. One druid, one soldier, stay out. I don't know how many druids we have.
Two.
Two.
You have the
One
two
druid.
druids.
We've got two of each
Yeah.
now,
Okay,
don't we?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, two of you. You had 4 soldiers. You're down to 2 now. So
Then yeah,
This is fine.
split them in
You
half.
should take the one that's really good at fighting.
Yes, you.
Alright.
I point at the one who was killing it last night.
yeah,
Or the night before.
Ray, yeah.
Yeah, Ray. I'm like,
My boy.
you're in them.
Are you
In there
good
with
at
them.
being quiet, Ray? Or
This one was the one who was screaming all the time. Point at the other one.
right.
Yeah. Sort of.
You're not wrong.
I'll stay here and help guard the cart. You can do it, Ray. Right. Alright. Stealth, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna trust you guys on this one as he starts taking off his chainmail and
Oh,
everything.
I was just going to
Yeah.
suggest maybe have a little more distance between us as a group, but if you want to do that, then you'll definitely be quieter.
Yeah, no. I don't feel like making a bunch of ruckus, especially if I'm gonna be dragging the 2 of you behind. I'll be fine. Will, give me your shield. As he passes it off and it's like, all right, well, I'll do what I can to not impede the 2 of you.
Alright. That's all we ask.
Other than that, if you just start running, you should be able to, not get hit as easily. Big bulky things are gone off of you.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll follow y'all's lead. Oh, and you're all taking one druid as well, yeah?
Mhm.
He watches the druid's like, I can make this easier. And will polymorph into a rat.
Shut up.
Wonderful.
I stomp it. No.
So you're down to one group.
What are you doing? Yeah, one druid.
I eat the trap.
Oh no! If you did that though, then he'd just turn back to normal and you'd
Yeah,
die.
it's do it again. Yeah.
I know what I want to do when I play as a druid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a Goliath druid, turn into like a cockroach and crawl into people's stomachs. So when their stomach acid hurts me, I.
Oh god, no.
Oh, it's the sheep incident all over again.
Yeah, but now I'm a
Yep,
Goliath,
anyway.
so I'm huge.
Anyway,
So I'll have Weaver, Doctor make stealth checks. I will roll stealth for Ray, and
there it is. I knew this was gonna happen.
Oh, what'd you
At
roll?
least it's not a nat one again.
1.
What was that?
All right,
3,
24, 11 for Ray. Ray got a natural 1, so that's cool. And for the druid, holy fucking shit, they both rolled natural 1s. All right, I told y'all, it's my day. It's my day. Anyway, I warned you. Okay, so
we shouldn't be. What the fuck are they doing?
no, they're out in the open, just sort of. The rat is just scurrying, just kicking up dust and whatnot. Ray is like looking around. He's sort of out in the open, just like keeping an eye out, watching y'all's backs.
Has torch out.
Yeah, no, it's there's still enough daylight left. But
Yeah, it'd be so
Can
funny.
we see them?
yes, the two of you can see them.
I'm just gonna look over at Houdin and just be like,
I'm looking at Ray. I'm staring directly at him.
Yeah.
Is this what
Will,
you
the other
teach?
soldier, is like,
that
we're not stealth operatives. We're just foot soldiers.
This is not what we teach. I wasn't expecting much, but this is less than I was expecting.
So yeah, no, those two are there. You were getting Ray's attention.
I'm just staring at him. Like,
No, yeah, Weaver said something though. So it's like,
Ray, get out of the freaking street.
okay, right, okay. We'll try to scurry over to a wall, press up against it, and keep trailing the two of you. The rat is still just like, yeah.
He's like doing his own theme music.
why is he
the
crunk?
rat.
I'm gonna like move closer to Ray and just be like, I get that it's daytime, but there's still shadows we can hide in, okay?
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
What's this?
That's fine.
All right.
Just don't get us killed.
Trying not to.
I appreciate it.
As you guys continue forward, poking in through ruined buildings, you do see a couple of bodies lying about. Some of them look pretty long dead. Some of them, from what you can tell, Doctor, were probably undead that were beaten and slain here. But upon coming to what appears to be the base of a tower, you do spot a relatively interesting sight, and what appears to be a couple of just basic people, fairly freshly slain at the base of the tower. Some of them look like they were trying to bust the door down as one of them is slumped up against it. They look like they were pretty badly mutilated.
That is not good.
Well, whatever killed it may still be here, so let's be cautious.
Indeed. Probably safe to be not inside of here when nightfall happens.
Alright. Shall we retrieve the others before pushing into this, or continue checking?
And the fact that we can't really see anything other than the dead is rather concerning. I would recommend just going on the outskirts and not really being in here any longer than we need to.
Alright. I'll follow your lead. You're more experienced with corpses than I am.
Thank you.
Welcome. I mean, you treat them, I kind of create them, so that's a different thing.
Oh, I do both.
Well, good luck to you. Then let's move.
Yep.
Where's that rat?
Over there, in the dust.
It's currently inspecting the dead bodies. You can see as it's sort of up sniffing the one that is slumped against the door. Getting a better look at it, I'd say, Doctor, if you wanted to, you could roll medicine checks to determine cause of death, if you'd like.
Okie dokie.
Some of them are mutilated, but there are
23.
certain things you can't pick up on. Okay, 23. Well, looking at them, obviously, several of them are bent and twisted in ways. There are no lacerations, no real, like, things, but the way that they're sort of crumpled, getting a look at it, their skin almost seems paper thin. Their lips pursed and narrow, eye sockets almost entirely empty at this point, despite being relatively fresh from what you can tell. It seems as though they have had the life, in fact, sucked out of them. The only reason you can tell they were any fresher is because there's blood on the ground from their mouths and things, as well as the fact that their clothes are pretty nice, all things considered.
Then my want to not be in the city when nightfall happens is still there.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough, yeah. As you...
outpost.
Yeah. As you round up your crew and head back to your allies on the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cheery atmosphere.
Very cheery. Wonderful. We're not going in there.
Right.
Well, for one, there were fresh bodies that looked like they had their life quite literally taken from them. Hollow husks of what they used to be. And the fact that we didn't see anything that could have caused that is alarming. So I would recommend not being in this outpost at all.
Right, so you just want to move ahead?
And around it. Yes.
I'll kind of glance over at Everest. You think that's a good idea, or do you want to push through it?
I don't know much about what could be an outpost, so...
See, if there is anything to be salvaged, we could try to get a look. We're just scouting it out. We've got about maybe 3 hours of light left. So,
what if we do it for like 2 and then get as far away as you can in an hour? Do you think that would be safe, Doctor, or do you think we should just go?
Frankly, I think we should just go and get as much distance in between us as possible. But if you really want to, I'm not going to stop you.
I want to kind of just look at the ruins as they're talking and get an idea of, like, was this like a military outpost?
yeah, it was literally an outpost for travel. There were likely some military stationed here, meant to house people that were going between the different cities and whatnot. So,
would I be able to have any kind of idea of what valuables might be stored in an outpost like this?
Basic materials, some rations, maybe if they're still good. You probably find some tools, maybe a couple spare weapons. Most places have. There could be a lot to be salvaged from this place. You don't know.
But like on average, there's nothing too like game changing, I guess. Like you wouldn't find anything incredible here.
Just depends. Yeah.
Fair. He'll just look around before he's like, well, is everyone happy with the weapons they have now?
Yeah.
You all happy with the armor you have now?
Putting his chain back on. It's like, I don't think we're gonna find much of anything of use like that. I was thinking more supplies. Maybe if they had a medicine cabinet, or I don't know, spyglass, anything that could tell us what might have happened here. If our undead's still lurking around, if we try to reclaim it at some point, it would be nice to have information. But
Well, we're going
have
to
our
come
mission.
back this way, yes?
Hmm?
We've given ourselves a little bit of information. We just bring more people on the way back.
All right, we'll bring it up with the folks from Vetitum when we get there. All right. He passes his shield back to his companion. Let's give it a wide berth then.
Of course.
You all round up and give the outpost a wide berth. Continuing on, you end another day a ways from the outpost. You can still kind of see it, but as you get about an hour away, you do start to come upon the first semblance of actual vegetation here as you now enter the Baros Woods. This gray, dying forest that Dr. surrounds the capital of Vetitum. As you enter, there are dead, drying leaves on the ground. What few leaves are hanging to the trees are just as dry and dead. A slight breeze starts to blow through as eventually you find yourselves a little ways off the path and can set up camp for the night.
I miss these trees.
These ones?
Have you seen any other trees? Just out in the wilderness growing?
Mm.
Blood sucking. Never mind, we had that conversation.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, it's nice to have them just growing out in the wilderness.
Mm.
Fair enough. So you have to look on the bright side when there's no sunlight.
As you take your first day of travel past your midway point, get another long rest. As you continue on the second day, I will move you guys along further on the path, ending up here. You wake up the next day, and I'll have someone else roll on the encounter table.
Oh.
Not it.
You want to do it, Mystic?
Fuck it, I'll do miss.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Go for it.
That is a 1.
I won. All right, cool.
And you've doomed us all! Yay!
The outpost stands up. What?
Ah.
Not the
Walks
warehouse.
towards
It's a werewolf that's actually a house.
Like the bell towers in Elden Ring? Like.
No. It's a good thing I did a little read through of this book. So,
Oh, I really
I
fucked
don't
up.
like that.
Don't worry, guys. I can meta.
Don't worry, guys. I did
don't
some light
fucking
reading.
meta.
In preface, but
I
every
can
time I've been
meta.
asked to roll for an encounter, it's fucked. Like,
That's all good. It's all good.
my first campaign I was ever in, they were like, roll a random counter, roll to 12. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, the higher the number, the worse it is. Oh, our ship's captain has just been cursed and is now basically dead, and we have to try to figure out how to solve that. Cool, no worries, thanks.
Rip.
Yeah, I don't do that because it becomes too obvious. If you roll high, it's like, oh, bad. But as the next day of travel continues onward and forward, you come to a clearing in the forest. As before you lies a unique sight, a almost secluded desert, it seems, within the forest. as you see mounds of ash and bone lying before you as the trail goes through. These fields were not here the last time you saw them, Doctor. This is a very recent occurrence, it does seem. But just mounds of bone and dust and decay as you begin entering this area. This overwhelming sensation of discomfort, dread hangs in the area as what little sunlight you do get here on the lone continent seems to be sucked away by the very essence of this place. You see remains, as you would expect. Beasts, other creatures, humanoid, indiscriminatory, as within this area you travel along and see what might be canine, some that might be feline, other races, other beings that have fallen and died here. Was that? No, okay. Sorry, there was a flash outside. I was like, did it just lightning? But it's completely clear. Weird. Anyway.
No, that's the nuke going off.
Oh, great. Well, it's been great, guys. No, but the air and presence around you does begin to weigh on you, as I would like everyone here to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Hey.
Fuck.
As the air becomes hard to breathe.
11.
Heavy.
Oh. Hard to breathe, huh?
Yeah, Doctor, you would get advantage on this since you were wearing a mask. Okay.
Don't have to
okay.
breathe.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to breathe, so that's fair.
That's an 8.
All right, cool. So, Doctor, you are technically immune to this condition. Everyone all of you get poisoned, essentially, by the rot in the air at this current moment in time. I will do a quick little roll for the druids and soldiers. Okay, the druids succeed. The soldiers. Okay, now they're rolling fine. There's just the stealth check that they really didn't want to cooperate on. They're managing to, pull what cloth they have over their mouths. As one of the druids speaks, and it's like, we should try to limit our time here as much as possible. Whatever rot is in this area will likely only get worse from here. But be on your guard just in case.
As we're moving through, I would like to divine sense and see.
Okay.
I want to detect good and evil, and then if anything's affected by the hollow spell or the locations of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
I know of a couple already, but I want to have this up as we're walking through so that nothing... If there is something in this area,
You're aware
fiend
that
or
it's here.
undead, I'm aware that it's here as we're going. So the moment it comes into that 60-foot radius, I'll be able to know.
Of course. As you begin trudging through this path, you do see that seemingly growing around the path are these large bone spires, what look like claws or ribs that might have been at one point arching over the path. As you hone your senses and reach out with the power given to you by your God King, you do sense undead in this area.
Are we walking towards it, or is it somewhere else?
It is behind you.
Okay. Is it just the doctor?
No,
Okay.
it's the doctor and then something following behind you, as far as you can tell. It's just on the outskirts, and it vanishes every so often, and then reappears. It lingers for a little bit.
There's something about 60 feet back, undead, following us. We might want to hurry forward.
It's probably.
let's pick up the pace. He'll start moving faster.
Yeah. With that, I would like everyone to roll me a perception check.
So wonderful.
Hey, finally, 18.
17.
5.
You good?
Wait, hold on.
There it is.
That's right. I'm
15.
poisoned. We're poisoned.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're poisoned. It's a disadvantage. Sorry.
Well,
4.
Hey, my roll still stays the same.
6.
18.
Yeah. 18. All right. So Everest Weaver, as you're, coughing and just trying to push through this area, nothing really catches your attention. Your senses are dulled and your body just sort of aches and throbs with this miasma in the air. But Hugin, with your divine sense, as well as the, sort of alert that you feel here, pushing past the malady that you're facing, take a glance back and you do see the undead that is following you. You see roughly about 2 feet off the ground this quadrupedal skeletal creature just watching you from one of the bone piles, as it looks canine in nature. This faint gray glow in its eye sockets as it stays back, walks into the path a little bit, sits, just watches.
Hugin's just gonna pull his.
With it.
Oh yeah, Doctor, you also pick up on this. Sorry, there's a lot there.
Hugin's just gonna grab his glaive off his back and move forward with it. But now that he knows it's there, he will keep an eye on it. If it's not coming to attack us, then he doesn't see a reason to fight it yet.
Yeah. Doctor, you see Hugin doing this, you turn back as well, and it's like, oh, look at that. As you see, again, this weird canine creature just watching, staring at you. Doesn't seem aggressive, just... If you had to
Puppy.
get his sense... Yeah, it looks like a dog. It's just sort of
Curious.
cautiously watching. Yeah, curious as you're passing through here.
What a curious little dog. Flips a dagger into hand for a more aggressive standpoint.
Mhm. As you ready your weapons and keep an eye on it, it continues to follow you at about that 60-foot distance as it just continues to watch. I will also say, with that, as you guys continue to progress, one thing does also become extremely apparent to you. And that is what you first thought was just a massive rock structure is actually the back of a massive, gargantuan skull. This elongated scout and massive jagged teeth that point out. And as you begin to pass by, the two of you do notice within the eye socket a faint glimmer.
Am I picking up on anything with my divine sense?
No. It doesn't seem to have an aura, an evil aura about it.
Or an undead one?
Nope. Overall, evil, undead, doesn't give you anything.
I don't like that.
Doctor will do the usual doctor things and give the finger wave of toodles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doctor doing what doctor do.
Yeah.
Just hello. Doesn't
Are
actually
you,
say anything, but
Waving, who are you waving to?
the skull, essentially.
To the skull? Yeah. No response. You just wave.
Yeah, just doctor doing weird doctor shit.
Yeah. Do you alert Everest and or Weaver of the current surroundings as they're just kind of trudging through?
I was kind of doing that motion to alert.
Oh, okay.
In a,
Sorry.
not saying anything way, kind of,
Yeah.
subtly. If they
So-
want to notice it, they notice it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
guys see
look at the
Doctor
doctor
weird,
and then
yeah.
look at the he's just like
I was distracted.
Yeah. Okay. You guys see the glimmer within the giant skull and also turn back and see the strange creature still following at a distance.
Oh, what the fuck?
I told you there was
What?
something behind us.
axe. Just
Dagger and short sword.
One of the druids will stop for a moment. Hold on. I want to make sure if it is anything. I'm not so worried about the creature. I figure we can take that. I'm more curious as to what's going on in there. As I'm going to see what they could do real quick. So I'm pretty sure they can do.
Before
Oh,
he
that's
does anything huge, and he'll
Yeah.
kind of just be like,
Are you sure you want to do that?
I'm just going to see if it's magical in nature.
I think it's very apparent that it is. There's a glow in its eye socket. Are you really wanting to disturb it in any way?
I'm not going to disturb it. I'm just going to see if it's necromantic. If it's something we should be made aware of and let the people of Vetitum know, given how close it is. As he is going to cast Detect Magic, and it gives him just the general aura. It's like, it's not necrotic. It's divination. In some way. Strange.
Right. Let's move on ahead then.
Very well. Of course. As you all ready up back onto your cart, the druid is settling in. I would like all of you to go ahead and roll me one more con save. Those of you that failed before.
16.
Okay, good.
8.
13.
Okay, very good.
Wait, do we still roll at
Uh,
disadvantage though?
No, these aren't ability checks.
No,
Okay.
those aren't ability checks. These are con saves. So Hugin is the only one that failed. So you take a little bit of damage as the miasma starts to kick in rather badly for you. Okay. Mm.
That's always a good
You take 12 points of necrotic damage as the miasma does start to wear on your lungs a little bit.
He
But
just
eventually, yeah, you cough up a little bit of ichor as eventually you start to make your way out of this unique area, pushing forward, eventually leaving it behind. And as you do, you turn back one last time and see at the edge of these bone fields that same skeletal dog just watching you for a moment as you pass on before it turns and walks back in.
I'm going to immediately give myself those 12 points back with lay on hands.
Fair enough.
Do you give a dog like that a bone, or
Perhaps. You might like the marrow inside of it.
right? God, such an awful place.
He needs some milk.
Strong bones.
Yeah.
Try bones.
You all
It's a big-
continue past this unique encounter, pushing forward evermore. Let me just mark that off. Thanks for making that encounter incredibly easy for me. We don't do anything. Cool. All right.
I thought about
moving
taking
on.
a tooth, but you know,
You could have,
eh,
but
I'm already carrying a
it's
bunch of teeth.
Necroz. Yeah. I'm glad that the fear of Necroz is settled in. So
And then there's
continuing
just the
on.
doctor doing weird doctor things, per usual.
Just the doctor, yeah. Doctor doing doctor things. They'll say, once more, nothing really crazy happens as you guys move on to your final 2 days journey towards Vetitum. It's becoming increasingly apparent that this forest is very, very much dead, despite it looking more alive than the rest of the kingdom. As along the way, the druids take breaks when you guys decide to and try to bolster what little life remains here through their magics. But as you are almost done with your journey, I would like you guys to roll one more time on the encounter table. It's between and Winter, so which one of you wants-
3.
A 3, a 3.
I was ready.
All right.
Are
very
we
well.
no longer
Let me-
poisoned as we rest?
Yeah, you take your long rest. You're no longer poisoned.
Anti-poisoned.
I've been
As-
looking at my paladin spells to be like, what can I do to combat that kind of stuff? And I don't have anything. I can
No,
just detect it.
Yeah.
Well, Paladin's not super great on the restorative front, except for like HP.
Like I mean, an Oath of Conquest paladin sure as hell isn't either. So like, I'm not doing myself
Yeah.
any favors. Like I'm here to kill.
Fair enough. All right, you rolled a 3, correct? I'm gonna change the music a little bit as we've been going through this for a little bit. Just also check thing.
I had the bot muted, didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the music?
It's such nice.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna go with nice music.
yeah. Totally not ominous at all.
The ominous stuff is a good vibe too. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ominous
Yeah.
things to vibe to.
Yeah. Something I'd search on YouTube.
Ominous things to vibe to.
Like, oh, some classical music with reverb. Ooh.
Boy, I sure want to see your internet history.
Ominous things to vibe to is not a thing, sadly.
Aww.
Guess we gotta
Hey,
make it.
I will make
opportunity.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. There you
Time
go.
for us to make our own playlist called Ominous Things to Vibe to.
Ominous things to vibe to.
Mhm.
Ominous things to say is a thing. Although it also says bad things to say at a funeral. Which is
Yeah.
Oh
plenty.
no!
I could fill that list. That's plenty you could say.
It's all 50 Shades of Nope there, my friend.
Yeah.
I found so many, just not by that name.
Hmm.
And there's like
Sorry.
music to lose yourself in the abyss too and stuff, but like
Yo.
True.
I used to listen to one of those while I wrote. No, I just listen to StarCraft music.
Abyssal Chicken Jams would be one of my, top playlists.
The one that I
Man.
keep finding is called Somewhere Nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I had a thing for this kind of encounter, but I just can't seem to find it. So I'm just gonna
Yeah,
grab.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Nothing, as in all life ceases in a single.
Oh no!
A technical
Yeah,
difficulty
not
screen
again.
appears.
Yep.
Dang it, not
Not again.
again!
A
An
cat,
out of order sign appears in front of you.
a cat hanging from a wire
Yeah.
looks at you with sad eyes.
Alright.
It's hanging like this. It says, "Hang in there."
Yeah, exactly.
Slenderman appears back from the grave.
I give him $20.
I say, where's
lets us
your
pass?
face?
Mhm.
He lets all of us but Weaver pass, and it asks for $20 from Weaver.
Oh,
Mhm.
do I have $20?
$20.
I pickpocket $20 off the party as they leave.
Give me $20.
Yep.
I smite you.
So,
I
as
lost $40 that day.
as you guys progress into the forest, the sky above you does begin to darken slightly as
What now?
slowly but surely the wind starts to pick up and begins to whip ever so slightly. As this happens, it begins to get stronger and stronger. The loose, dying branches on the trees begin to snap and fall and push past you as eventually you watch as a dust cloud starts to rise to the west of you and begins making its way here to your location. This is going to be a skill check, a skill challenge, as eventually you find yourselves in the midst of a dust storm. So,
As this is coming to us,
yeah?
I would like to, I prepared this earlier, cast Bless on Weaver, Everest, and the Doctor.
Okay, all right.
Are you
Remind
gonna
me what
kill the
Bless
doctor?
does.
Yeah.
I've been blessed.
So,
It hurts.
if it's saving throws, you get an extra d4.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So as the eventual dust storm hits, as you are trying to progress through, first check, and there are 4 checks, so each of you gets to choose which one you wish to do. But the first check would be a survival check to ensure that the party does not get lost in the storm. So, whoever would like to try to help lead the party through the storm and keep you on your path, make your choice.
Might not be a good idea for me, folks.
Oh, is wisdom our like
Refuse.
collective dumb stat?
Oh,
I've
is
got
it?
a 1.
I have a plus
Same.
I have
0.
a +2. So I guess it's me.
I guess it's you, Doctor, and you've traveled the path before, so you would
I
know
have.
best. You know. So is this the one that you want to commit to? Once you've committed, you cannot go
I
back.
vote for the doctor.
Over Doctor. All right. So, Doctor, I will have you roll a survival check to try and lead your group through this dust storm as it begins to whip and tear at your clothes, your
Oh, it's
mask.
almost a natural 20. It's a
supplies.
16.
A 16
It's not bad.
is a success. As you push forward, you keep your eyes on the path. Your goggles become ever so slightly chipped by the debris blowing your way, but you take the helm and start leading the party along the path that you are sure is right there. Now, as the storm continues to grow stronger and more damaging, risk exhausting yourselves pushing through. The next check is a perception check to try to find shelter to wait the storm out. There are 3 of you left. Who wants to make that check?
I have a plus 3.
I've got a +4.
I've got a 1, so you two are probably better choices.
I'm trying to think of what else we might come across in terms of checks.
Yeah. This is gonna be probably my best check.
Mine would have anything to do with charisma or strength.
Same here.
Yeah, I
though.
would say strength would be
Or
my better, but I think perception would be my best.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
Alright.
Everest, you begin darting around looking through this forest that is now being battered by this storm, trying to find a place to bunker down so that you are not lost to the storm.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Sure enough, as you're pressing along, you do see, actually, you'd probably hear it first as a couple of trees in the distance crash against some of their more sturdier individuals in the forest, creating a convenient and natural wall for you guys to park the cart behind and hunker down. You, with the doctor's help, lead them just off the path, no more than probably 30, 40 feet, begin to hunker down and tie things down to keep them from being lost. As for the next check, oh, actually, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You got to get there first. So, as the lot of you are pushing towards your bit of respite that Everest has pointed out for you, the cart is now being damaged enough to where it is going to be more difficult to get it to that point. I would like an athletics check to have someone help push the cart along.
I would plus 7 in athletics.
So you can take it if you like.
I would love that. You ever heard that song "Let You Down" by NF? Just have that ready in case.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me the athletics check.
21.
The cart. 21. Very nice. Yeah. No, you guys watch as Eugen rushes behind the cart to help push it over some of the fallen branches and rubble that is now blocking your path to your one bit of sanctuary, as he shoves and pushes and begins rolling the cart over these, ensuring not to damage it any further. As this is happening, you notice that the individuals you were traveling with seemed less sturdy and prepared for this as you lot are, and in the moment begin to panic and falter slightly. Weaver, I would like you to make me a persuasion or intimidation check to get them to help you.
Intimidation, please. That's a +6. So
Yo, same.
Yeah.
And you're blessed too.
That's saving.
22.
22. Let's go. Y'all fucking killing it. Yeah, no. As you watch Ray, who is just like trying his best to hold on to his one compatriot who is not having it. You get the sense this guy.
Oh no!
Oh no!
This side, you behind him and tell them to move it. Yeah.
Scream and move, for fuck's sake!
Yeah. You easily enough sort of shake them back to reality, and they help Eugen move and push the cart, clearing the path, making it easier for him, as a lot of you safely and very successfully manage to get behind shelter and wait out this dust storm as it finishes out. It takes about 4 hours or so of waiting and listening to the wind as it wails, sitting down, taking your time, and just waiting and waiting. But eventually,
He's just scratching in the dirt, like drawing in the dirt with his finger now. He's just bored.
I polish my little eye holes.
Eventually.
I'm kind of facing away from everyone, just like lowly, seemingly talking to myself.
Yo, anyone got Nakarita? We can get rid of it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Just checking. No, very, very well done. As comes to an end, you continue on in your day. Eventually, the dust storm passes. Take another long rest, avoiding all of the bad things that could have happened during that storm. I accidentally hid that tab for myself. You got one more day of travel. Has everyone rolled on the encounter table yet? I believe
It's the doctor's turn.
It's the doctor's turn. Everyone gets one. Everyone gets one. And you're not gonna escape.
What am I rolling? D10?
A D10. Yeah.
We get shot at the front gate.
A 6.
A 6.
Purple worm poison.
No!
Oh my god, if I get poisoned one more fucking time. Happened every last session, this session.
Hmm?
Well, stop being poisoned. I don't know what to tell you.
Just stop.
All right. Here we go.
I had one idea to try and aid us in that if anyone failed the check, and I wasn't even sure if it would work.
What was it? Curious.
Because I know that you're cool like this, I imagined I could use a spell. I was gonna try and use Arms of Hadar to have the arms like flail around and create a zone that we could have like a moment of respite to give someone like a second to breathe before they keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been interesting. It depends on how long the spell would have lasted. I don't think Arms of Hadar lasts that long.
It's just an action duration. It just like happens. Which,
Okay.
like, you know, to me, I was just like, oh, if I could just give them a moment to like catch their breath and then roll again, you know, like.
That's fair.
That was
the
the
way it
plan.
was laid out. It's a cool plan, cool idea. But you didn't need to. So y'all did very well on that skill check. As
Congratulations, everyone.
You did it! Away! I'm glad you like that. That's just for you, sir. Just grab another thing, another music real quick. Oh, I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Just in case. Because we've been listening to the same kind of dreary. The previous two have not been great, so
Now for something completely dreary.
now for something
Completely
else
different.
completely dreary. Yeah, a different type of dreary.
Oh god,
Okay.
K-pop. No.
God, no. If I ever play K-pop in a D&D session, you all have permission to rend me into pieces.
I
Oh,
feel
but I
like
want
that'd
it.
be like it'd be a moment of extreme horror anyway. Like that's the big bad evil
Yeah, like
guy's
the big
theme
bad.
song.
Yeah.
That's just me as the big bad evil guy.
Just plays freaking KDA.
Yeah.
I'm straight up villain.
I love it. I love it. Okay, sorry. Things are overlapping a little bit, and I got to get to my proper thingamahoods. So, as the lot of you are continuing, Doctor, you know you're no more than like at most a day's travel from Vetitum. I would like everyone to just do a quick and roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
We're out of the storm. Why are you making us roll still?
That's a 7.
It's a 13.
Roll stuff in your math rock game. What are you? A 13. Okay.
Are we all
We're
rolling?
focused on making
Well,
sure
yeah.
we are going the correct
Yeah, everyone roll.
way.
Sorry, I missed it. Don't worry
Okay,
about
That's
it.
a 30-20.
All right. I gotta roll for this real quick. Let me get something that's not gonna damage the desk. Actually, you guys tell me. Should I roll a plastic blue die, my copper die, or my black metal die
Black
for this
metal.
for this
Black metal die. Black
roll?
metal
Black
die.
metal.
The most dreary, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's the most
That's weird.
upsetting die.
Coolest. It's the coolest die.
Okay.
It's straight metal.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, the only person to really pick up on this would, in fact, be Everest. As Everest, in the thick of the forest, you see movement. Not too far off, probably about 45 feet away, as you see a small, hunched, cloaked figure approaching your caravan.
Pulls weapon and is just like eyes locked. Stops moving, just eyes locked.
You all watch as Everest just stops for this moment, still creeping towards you. slowly, sort of.
I'm gonna grab
weaving
Weaver's
between
face
trees.
and like turn it towards it. Just
Oh, okay. Weapons.
Yeah. Pull out your weapons. Everyone eventually is made aware of this figure. It's hard to catch in the trees, but just small, no more than probably 2.5 feet tall, shrouded in just rags,
just
some kind of
tracking it.
cloak. It's approaching, and about 25 feet away from behind a tree, you watch as a clawed hand sort of reaches around, looks.
I hate to be a bother.
Oh, don't do.
Hi. You would not happen to be heading to Vetitum, would you?
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Hugin because I'm like, well, this is your shit.
I will. With the clawed hand, he's got a whole thing and stuff pulled up, right?
Yeah, he's mostly obscured, but you can see a small clawed digit, this sort of grayish hand
Does it look
peeking around,
similar to my own hand?
getting as good a look as you can at it. It does seem reptilian in nature, yeah.
And who are you to inquire such a thing?
Oh, a traveler who lost their way. Are you going to attack me? I promise I mean you no harm. I'm just as cautious as you are. I'm sure Necroz is a dangerous place. Not just the dead you have to worry about sometimes.
Show us who you are.
Of course, sorry.
Pulls back the hood, and you see a small gray-scaled kobold with these sort of bright yellow eyes behind him, and what appears to be sort of a gash across the neck up the jawline.
And what's happened to you?
I was making my way from the city of Potis, hoping to make it to Vetitum. A dust storm blew by and I got a little turned around. Was hoping to find my way there or come across someone that might know the way better than me.
I'm gonna divine sense again to see if he's actually alive with that gash.
Yeah?
Can I also
reach out.
inside check that statement?
Sure, yeah. Roll this check. You do not get an undead or fiendish sense from this kobold.
Okay.
12 in the insight seems truthful enough.
Okay.
Just weary, cautious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you wish to follow
Imagine.
us to Vetitum, then I will let you know right now. The moment you try anything, I will remove your head from your shoulders.
I do not doubt that. You look very strong.
He'll sort of fully pull the cloak back, walk forward.
I am shy, Kansi. I am a wizard of sorts. For aiding me in finding the city, I will offer whatever services I can, if you see fit. Otherwise, I have my materials on me. I'm more than capable of taking care of myself. Just a little lost.
So long as your weapons are not turned against us, I see no reason for us to not take you there.
I appreciate it. I have my most gracious gratitude. And roll
Kobolds are
walk.
close relatives of Dragonborn, yes?
You're
Or-
not sure on where they sort of split off. They are draconic.
Well,
In nature, at the very least. You
Okay.
might have pooped on me. Whoa. Sorry.
He'll.
Discord.
I imagine Hugin's honestly been walking by the cart this whole time anyway, but he'll walk with this one, obviously keeping an eye on him, but he will, as an interest, kind of be like, you said your name was Shy, yes?
Yes. You are, if I might ask.
Hugin Tokrath of the Aggression Seekers.
Ah, aggression. I see. Not under the pleasure of meeting many soldiers from Common.
As much as we'd like to get around, we don't go places we aren't needed.
Right. Well,
Regardless,
makes enough sense.
I wanted to know, as I've come across kobold before, they're a lot more common than those who are similar in nature to myself. Tell me, do you know much about the relationship between the Dragonborn and the kobold?
Cannot say. From what I understand, the tribes of Dragonborn are standoffish at best. Luckily, kobolds have the boon of having a Godking as one of our own kin. So,
That is helpful, yes.
yeah. Again, afraid I have not needed to get out and meet people until recently, so I apologize if I cannot provide you with any information on your kin.
The only information I really want to know is where they are and if they'll listen to me. As I'm sure you're aware, the dragon and their kin are not very prominent in this world. They left, and those who did not leave have pretty much been enslaved. I watched my own clan completely surrender a fight after teaching me how much weakness was spread amongst our kind. I want to remind the world who the Dragonborn are. And if there are some kobold I can pick up along the way who share that goal of letting the world know just how strong we really are, I don't see why not.
Very mighty goal that you have indeed. I'm unfortunately, again, even amongst my own kin, not very well versed. Grew secluded in Bodir for most of my early days. Only recently had to come to Necroz. Hell of a time to do so, I suppose, given the toll. But, I don't think, from what I do know of our kind dragon blood, the Dragonborn might be more prone to listening depending on the clan and this ambition you have. I do not think the kobolds will be as keen.
There is usefulness
Having
to
a
be
gut-
had in allies.
Of course. I am certain if you talk to the right people, you will more than likely find yourself allies in kobolds.
I believe we share a common history. There is no reason to separate us any further than we already are.
Sorry, I do not mean to laugh. It is not common that one sheds such niceties onto a kobold. We do not have the best history of being.
It's not often that you get shed any niceties of most kind as a dragonborn either. Most of the time there's a lot of gawking as if they've forgotten we exist. And I take great offense to that. Our clans were once very powerful, revered. I want the world to remember that.
You have high hopes and expectations for a dragonborn.
Mighty aspirations for a mighty people.
I wish you the best of luck on it. I hope that you can find those that would be willing to listen.
If they won't, they'll die. If you meet any, if you could send them to Common, or at least point them in that direction, it would be appreciated.
Well, I will do what I can to pass the word along, I guess. Have my thanks for allowing me to travel with you. I feel it is only fair that I can repay you in some way. Aside from gold or scrolls, if you see the need for some.
He'll look back at the rest of he'll look at the rest of the group and kind of just...
I'm unsure about scrolls, but I know some of them would not be opposed to taking your money. I don't need it.
What kind of scrolls?
Let me see you got on our conversation, all right then. I specialize in abjuration magics. They have one or two that I might be able to part with. I can always try to transcribe more.
Second, while I pull up that, because I know I had them, but he has a shield scroll and a... Where'd it go? I closed the tab that had all the spells on it. So you give me one section. He has a scroll of shield and a scroll of... Where is it? Absorb elements. There it is. Sorry.
In case of emergency. I'm saying I can give you one. The other is... These are very useful.
So I'm gonna kind of do this, but I'm just gonna mutter like pick for.
If he's offering shield, found that to be incredibly useful.
I'll take the shield one if you're fine with that.
All right.
Shuffles and pulls out a scroll.
I hope it will come in use. Well.
He offers that to you. You continue travel as, I say, unless there's anything else, towards the end of the day, you all come upon quite a sight. As Doctor, it's been quite some time since you've been back to the capital. A large outer wall of dark gray, almost black stone stands before you, encompassing what is obviously a city, but within the center you can see almost like an obelisk reaching out of this dead forest, this large cube-like structure. Doctor, you would know this to be the palace of Baras, God King, the Shattered Necropolis. And you also know that deep below you right now lie miles and miles of catacombs that once belonged to quite the unsavory lot. As you approach the gates, that is where we will end session.
Level up, level up, level up.
Level up.
I knew it! You told us that.
Yeah.
Hey!
I told you. Yeah, I was like, I literally told you once you reach
I
your
know.
team, you'll get your level up.
Oh
So-
yeah, I forgot that though.
And thus marks the end of the first arc of the campaign.
Oh!
I did it,
Ah!
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know the name of the arc that I had listed? This arc was known as the beginning of the end.
Oh, fun.
I'm now a level 3.
Totally not for any ominous reason. Yeah. Oh shit! He's pulling his twig out.
Oh shit, he's pulling his glaive out.
Yep. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. For all you folks at home, got started a little late, but I hope that you enjoyed watching our guys here do well, do really well. So we will come back in our usual time about a week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now. That's right. Sorry, time's weird. 2 weeks from now. So feel free to come on back. Appreciate everyone that watched. Appreciate you guys for playing. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. Thank you guys so much. Actually, because we're reaching the end, I think I actually don't know how to raid anyone, so I don't think
Slash
I don't
raid
think,
and then the name of the person.
You might not have the ability to raid anyone.
I might not have the ability to do that yet. So, yeah, let me just double check them.
Raid.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have the ability to.
Yeah, nope. So cannot, unfortunate. But hey, maybe at some point I'll be able to actually raid another like D&D streamer. But thank you guys again, and we will see you all next time.